tí wọ̀ lọ àmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí yeye èmi ò dán wa lò ṣe.
èrúra èrúra ta iṣẹ́ pẹ́ tí wọ̀ lọ àmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí yeye èmi ò dán wa lò ṣe.
èrúra èrúra ta iṣẹ́ pẹ́ tí wọ̀ lọ àmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí yeye èmi ò dán wa lò ṣe.
èrúra èrúra ta iṣẹ́ pẹ́ tí wọ̀ lọ àmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí yeye èmi ò dán wa lò ṣe.
èrúra èrúra ta iṣẹ́ pẹ́ tí wọ̀ lọ àmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí yeye èmi ò dán wa lò ṣe.
èrúra èrúra ta iṣẹ́ pẹ́ tí wọ̀ lọ àmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí yeye èmi ò dán wa lò ṣe.
I greet you all in the name of Olodumare, the Almighty Creator. I greet you all in the name of Osiri, Orisa and Laisuri Mago. I greet you in the name of all Orisha and Igungu. We are here on a beautiful Monday night on the Ifa Orisha Way of Life. The Ifa Orisha Way of Life show is on the Shoot 919 FM each and every Monday between the hours of 7 to 10 p.m. The views of my guests are not the views of myself, my co-host, and the Street 919 in any way. I will reiterate on this. I will say it again. The views of my guests are not the views of my host and myself and Chini Bashment Limited. I say that to say such. I will put a full stop there. Right? We are here on edifying and educating the community, the country, the Caribbean, and the whole world in general of Ifa Orisha's practice and the right way. We speak about Udus, we speak about Ilays and Parlays within Trinidad and Tobago. So, we are streaming also live on the Street 919 FM. We are also streaming live on YouTube on IWER TV. This show, as I always say, I say welcome to those streaming on Facebook, Everett Redman, Watson, Cordell Boss, Denisha, Ingrid, Belgrove, Ifa Taishe, Atinumu, Awosami, Atinumu, a lot of people on, locked on, Elobion, Ajibotifa from Gasparillo. I like to say, this show has always shout out and say, we need the support, we need the sponsorship. And there's something my brother from Nubian Experience says. We always say I support, but we only support with our mouth. We need to support what is ours. It's no longer, yes, some people would say, where you come from, we give you the authority. Olodumare give me the authority to do what I do in here. No man didn't give me the authority to do what I do in here. Olodumare give me the authority to do what I am doing here. Right? So I sit here as Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, MC Duke, and my co-host King Shaka, my brother. Right? So support us, reach out to us, sponsor the show, let it go from strength to strength. Ifa says the show shall not stop. The show will continue. And we are here and we are continuing. We are not here for fame or favor. We are not here to show off, but we are here to edify, educate, and get the myth that the Western world had put on the community. I greet all the elders of Trinidad and Tobago. I greet all the members of Ilays Palace Shrine. I greet the members of the OYTT group, Young Group on the Rise. I greet each and every one. I greet my elders, Ifalashe. I greet Olori Oboye Abaye of Nigeria. Shaka.
Ekale and Ekabo to the listeners on the Street 919. We give praise and thanks. On this day, I pay homage to Olodumare. I pay homage to my Uri and each and every Uri of the listeners chosen at this time and space to listen to this program. I pay homage to my parents, and not just my parents, but each and every parent within this land of Trinidad and Tobago and even the region for taking time, effort to put in the good work to ensure that the children receive the proper training and education that will take them forward into the future. I also pay homage to my Uluwo, Araba Adewale Osho, my Iyanifa, Iye Agbomola, my Ojubona, Baba Opakunle, and all elders. I pay homage to my ancestors who sit at the feet of Olodumare. And not just my ancestors, the ancestors of everyone who is choosing to listen in at this space and time. On this day, we are the Orisa Way of Life, myself and Alat Omishe and our guests. We are really, really honored and truly humbled by this opportunity to be here to give reverence to Almighty God, with whom our ancestors would call Olodumare. As Okoro Owari states, Olodumare is the universal spirit guiding this universe. And it is through the guidance of Olodumare, it is the process by which all things happen. Olodumare grants the authority for every and everything to happen. It is the breath of Olodumare that we live to feel every single day. So we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. And we ask that all people who have been displaced in our sister Isle of St. Vincent, we ask that comfort reaches their doorstep. We ask that comfort reaches our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent. Even our people here who is stricken with the COVID-19 virus in the hospitals and even in the quarantine centers, We invoke and we call upon the ancestors to provide healing for them. And we implore to all people, as much as we would be buying the hand sanitizers and all of these things, invest in fresh fruit, invest in vegetables, invest in good food to build your immune system. Plant your own food. On a morning before we run for a cup of milk, boil some fever grass, boil some garlic and saffron and drink. Build our immune system. Right now, citrus is in season. Get in the citrus. Mango is in season. Get in the mango. And all of these things, because nature knows what is best for us. And nature is the handwork of Olodumare. Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
I would just like to respect to the sponsors who have been making the show a success from that time to now. I ask the sponsors to continue supporting us, and even those of you who are new owners, get on to us. We can put your business out there. There's small packages on the Sheet 919 FM, especially on the IWER Way of Life, where we can get your business out there. Trust me, your business will grow from strength to strength.
The IWER School of Enlightenment is here and ready to welcome all children ages 2.5 to 5.5 years old to learn in a unique and exciting environment. Who are the Yoruba people? Where was the Mali Empire? Who is Gangang Sarah? What is IWER? Your child will learn the answers to all of these questions and more. Our Ministry of Education approved curriculum includes storytelling, drumming, drama, music, dance, and other exciting teaching tools. We offer learning in a caring, safe space as we instill positive values. For more information and to register your child, like us on Facebook or call us at 366-7558. The IWER School of Enlightenment, a preschool that will transform your child.
The IWER Way of Life is kindly sponsored by Omo Inu, All Things Woman. Their contact number is 365-4332. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. They are the Women's Haven distributor for Trinidad and Tobago. We also have the Lock Duck. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Their contact number is 352-5706. We are also sponsored by Bridal Bouquet TT. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Their contact number is 491-7539. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Thank you.
Sponsors for the Orisa Way of Life: Nice Nuts Quinlan brand bottled coconut water for the freshest and the most purest coconut water. Their contact numbers are 716-6396. Kamara's Culture Store, the #1 important supplier of genuine products from Africa, located at Adams Bazaar, Main Road, Shogunas, 672-8438, 320-8866. Gossip Gel Polish, 382-7587. Pedi by Risi, 398-4474. Temple Ojuba Orisha, Umelu, Egypt Village, Shogunas. Manjela Music Productions. Nubian Experience, clothing that tells part of our rich African history. Number 6 Woodford Street, Arima. Contact number 688-1979. Oriomi Nicole Huggins, Health and Wealth Lifestyle. Number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Onyx Trading, Wholesale and Retail Minimart. Number 1 Cemetery Street, Dago Martin. Zion Golden Age Senior Home, number 22, 2nd Street, Tunpuna Road, Arima. Contact number 350 3772 and Ile Egbe Yomuja Shrine. Yes, so we come right back here on the Orisa Way of Life, you know. Tonight, my guests, I have, you know, this week is a very special week, you know, but so things are said, but we honor our mothers every day, you know. And this week, I have no doubt in having two powerful, you know, we have a balance, you know, age with a little youngness, you know. So, Usobi, Ugunkaye, and Umetosin Cyrus, I will run. Familiar name on the arm. If our shall we have life, you know, she's always welcome, she's always willing. When she has that time, she will come and be a part of us here. So I say, Ekale, I say welcome to each and every one. I am glad to have you guys here. So the conversation tonight is about women in the Orisa diaspora and the power of the woman and where the woman sits. You know, if there's been enough done and said and even respect when it comes to the aspect of women. So, yeah, I will ask you to give us Iba, introduce yourself, sure. You know, everybody know, yeah?
Epa Orisa. Epa Orisa.
Orisa epa.
Epa Orisa.
Orisa epa.
I pay homage to Olodumare. I pay homage to all honorable ancestors. I pay homage to I pay him homage to all Orisa. I pay homage to my Ori. I pay homage to all the Ori that is sitting with me in this time. I pay homage to all the Ori of Trinidad and Tobago, each and every one that is listening on the program this evening. I pay homage to the Ori of each and every one in Trinidad and Tobago. I greet Trinidad and Tobago, Mukeyi, Trinidad and Tobago. I greet all elders. I observe all protocols. I greet all heads of shrines, all Ile, no matter where, north, south, east, west, Tobago. I greet each and every one. I thank Olodumare for this opportunity. Thank Olodumare for the Orisa Way of Life. I thank Olodumare for Baba Alotumishe and Baba Shaka. I thank Olodumare for the Street 91.9. I thank Olodumare and all Orisa for the blessings to be able to continue to expand, that the Orisa Way of Life will continue to expand. May Baba Alotumishe and Baba Shaka continue to grow from shrine to shrine. May their pockets continue to grow while they are the ones that are pushing through with the sponsors. May they continue to fulfill their destiny. They are the ones that are continuing to spread the word of Trinidad, to spread the word of Ishasha. May the words and the prayers of our hearts continue to be joined and lifted. May all those that continue to walk and talk with each and every one of us, from the young to the mature, may they continue to guide and protect us. May all our ancestors continue to May all our ancestors continue to guide and protect us. May the ones that has gone before us, may they continue to pave the way before us. They have laid the foundation for us, and may the foundation they have laid for us never crumble or fall. May our tradition continue to grow from strength to strength. May we continue to see the truth. May the truth continue to be spread. If I knew Tito, Ifa is the truth. If there's never a lie told about Ifa, and we will continue to spread the truth about our tradition. Ishasha Lagba, our tradition will never die.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you very much for that. So to the folks, we are streaming live on Facebook on the Street 919 FM. You know the comments are coming. Lauren Orisa behind says greetings in the name of Olodumare. She says, hey, Orisa. I know when I hear hey, Orisa, I just go on, you know. I give Obatala all the praises, you know. So, yeah.
I greet in the name of the sky. Greet in the name of the ancestors, Orisa, and now all protocol be observed. The sister, the young year, I did the Iba very beautifully.
So the most I can say is let it be so.
Sure.
Let it be so.
Let it be so.
So we're gonna go right into it. We're gonna go right into the discussion tonight. You know, the mothers are here. The mothers are here. Nothing happens in this marketplace without the mothers. You know, one person by themselves, males, we as males, we can't do it by ourselves, shaka. And as females, they can't do it by themselves also. We have to come together. By the end of the day, you know, the mothers are the way forward. And you know, my little encyclopedia, my little Udu encyclopedia, Shaka, could go into his, you know, and what does the Udu say about mothers?
For us in the tradition, we follow what Olodumare designs for this world, and not only just for this world, for each and every individual. And one of the things is we give respect where it is due, and there is no man or woman on this face of the earth who is better than anyone.
Man.
According to Olodumare, everyone is different with their uniqueness, and their uniqueness is what would have this world functioning in the way it would function. So according to Orisa that was cast last year for the World IFA Festival, one of the essays out of that Udu told us that it is the nurturing aspect of our mothers that would help bring healing and repair to this world. And that spells out to every single facet of life, where it be the community, the schools, the hospitals, wherever. It is the motherly love and nurturing that will bring us healing. And a primary example of this, it's taking, for example, a mother would carry a child for 9 months. And that 9 months, it is preparing the child for getting into the physical world. Within the 9 months, the child will get their eyes, their hands, their brain, their feet, and even social and spiritual vibrations that the mother would pull from everything that she goes around to help nurture that child. And when the child comes out, many of the times when the father is not around, the mother plays the role of warrior, of teacher, nurturer, and even confidant, and even would be that child's first God, because that is it's also part of the energy that the mothers carry. So that is why IFA found it fit in Orisa to tell us and remind us that we cannot at no time expect to have success without giving respect and homage to our mothers. It is the ori of our mothers,
Benny,
according to Orisa, that will give us success.
Oh, sure.
It is the ori of our mother that would grant us success, Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, sure.
And for those who do not know what the ori is, it's the consciousness of your mother that will grant you that support.
Oh, sure.
That is why we do not disrespect our parents.
Benny.
We do not disrespect our mothers.
Benny.
A person going about this life who's holding grudges against their mother would not be successful in layman terms. And that's why IFA says, according to A.G. Ogbe, when we wake up in the morning, you greet your parents the correct way. If you're not living with your parents, pick up the phone and call your mother and say, Mommy, good morning. Look for them. Look for them. Look for them. The Western way taught us that when you're married, you leave your parents, you leave and that is it. But no, once your parents is alive on this earth, always give respect to them. Look for your mother. Don't wait until Mother's Day. Look for them every day. Asheo.
I just wanna say something before I go to the I must say pleasant good night to a youngster, a little one in the community by the name of Malachi. I can't remember his IFA name, but last week while doing my studies, IFA studies and going through and reading, I got a message from a 13-year-old. He said, Baba, I watch the program every Monday. He's from the Southland. I said, who are you? He said his name, Malachi. Then he gave his Orisa name, his Ifa name. He said, I'm proud of what you are doing. So I watched the video, so I played it. A little youth man, see him practicing, going on. I said, how old are you? He said, 13. That made my day. And I feel energized to continue doing this. So I say to my little one coming up in the community.
Your little supporter.
Yes, my little supporter. That is my number one fan right now. You know, I said, and upon investigation, he's a student at Egbe with my boy down in South. Brother Olumbe.
Okay.
He's one of Olumbe's students.
Okay.
So Brother Olumbe, continue doing what you are doing. This means we are reaching somewhere, because if a little 13-year-old could call me and say, I like what you are doing, you know. Thank you very much. I know you are watching, and I remember you. I'll always call you out. Every night at the show, I'll always call you out, right? Sure. Yeah, so yeah, the floor is you all, you know, mothers, what it means to be a mother in the tradition, in the community, what it means. The essence of being a mother.
I will give the basic, the essence of being a mother in my own words before we actually get into the more detail about Orisa and all of that. A mother is someone who is nurturing, loving, understanding, our first teacher, our first friend, our first sibling, our first lecturer, our first lawyer, our first judge, our first doctor, our first nurse, our first prosecutor, our first defendant, and I can go on and on. That is who a mother is, in my opinion. A mother is not just only someone who just gave birth to you, because there are many mothers out there in the world who may not have given birth to someone from their womb, but they give love, they are there, they support, they nurture, they buffet, they quarrel with you, they put you on the square path, back on the right track, as they say, but they want to make sure that you are where you need to be. A mother never leaves you alone. She's your comfort, she's your everything. The moment you feel discomfort, so you bounce your toe, she's the first person to call that you say, mommy, mama, however you call her. She's the first person to be there to support you. Alright, a mother is someone who is there to nurture us until the last. And a mother is not just someone who is there to make sure that we do what we need to do, but a mother is there to make sure where we need to be, And when we need to, they are the ones that have had the experience. They are the ones that have had the foresight, or they can see into the future for us. They can tell us, they can teach us, because they have had their own experiences as well. So their experiences are our teacher. They are our lessons to be able to tell us where we have to go, what we have to do, what we don't have to do, what we have to say, and to be able to guide us. They are our guiders. So our mothers is the first person to be our first teacher, our first of everything. They are our guide, the first person we go to be guided and everything. So that's just my terms of a mother.
No matter how old child becomes, a mother is still a mother. A mother is also even a mother to the community.
Yes.
To her husband. Now the thing is, most husbands don't want a mother. They want a wife. But when you have that nurturing kind of vibration, you have no choice. You have no choice but to mother.
Where are you going?
You have no choice but to be a mother. The sad thing is that a lot of people don't understand the role of a mother. It is not always to be very subtle and cool, and sometimes you have to be a little rough. You have to be rough. Sometimes you have to leave let's say the child, whether the child is male or female, to fly. And it will hurt. Because you know, when they go out there to fly, they could fall. Wings could be broken. But a mother have to also know when to let go. So it is challenging.
The work of a mother is never done.
No, it's never done.
Even when they go into the ancestral realm, their work continues as a mother.
But that's when the work starts.
That's when the work starts. That's when the work starts. That is exactly when the work starts. But the work of a mother is never, ever done. The tough love, the going, the coming, the calls, the everything. This is exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, but what it takes, besides, we just touching the surface right now, about motherhood. Besides being the bearer of a child, that connection, that attitude, that feeling, that vibes, and even after you make this child, you have this connection. How do we put that into our day-to-day lives and our behavior patterns? How do we balance this in being a mother and being a caretaker? Because a mother have a lot, as you said here, has a lot of portfolios. Mother,
Yes.
short word, M-O-T-H-E-R, big meaning.
Very much.
But as Iya said, though, a mother don't necessarily have to have biological children. You could be a mother, you could be a nurturer. In fact, there is an old saying, it takes a village to bring up a child. Now, in this wrongs, we're not finding that. It has become difficult for a mother to be a mother. And I'm not talking about acting the role. I'm talking about being a mother. It is difficult because she has to stand up against certain forces, certain barriers. But to me, the worst barrier is feminine, is another woman. A woman, this might not be the right time, but we here and we're talking truth. A woman could tend to be another woman's worst enemy. Because when you're trying to get, let's say, a situation in a groove, and you tell yourself, okay, you have these principles here and this is what you're working with, another sister could try to undermine that without coming. They will see it as, you know, a kind of, how to put it, I don't want to use the word jealousy, but they don't see it as let's come together and nurture, because we cannot do it alone. We cannot do it alone. We cannot raise a child alone. We cannot go to the communities alone. We need assistance. We need that collective voice of the women. Yes, of course we need the men too, but we need the women to stand together and not bicker and fight with each other. And we need that now more than ever.
You know, one of the things that is beautiful about the Orisa tradition is that guidance is always there, and not every situation may be addressed in the same manner, but in terms of having a family, IFA would also give guidelines as to how one would go about to have a family, how to choose a partner, you know, and it starts with that intention first, seeking to choose a partner. In our tradition as IFA Orisa devotees, a person, when you see a person, you go to IFA and consult to find out if you are compatible with that person, and if the ancestors are also compatible with these two people joining to bring forth, you know, an individual. So before one would go with someone else to start a family, male or female, male and female, female and male, one would need to go to IFA to find out what is the compatibility. What does the Odu say about this relationship, and what is the taboos that must be observed within this relationship? Because it's our tradition that would save us. So when we go back to our tradition, it's when we would get that sense of security we need in order to maneuver ourselves. So it starts with the male and the female. So, and even this is even advice too for us as a people. When you meet somebody, you have to go and find out if this person is compatible with you, because this is the person you are looking to start a family with. This is the person with whom these two families would be merging to create one. So it starts with finding out if this person is compatible. And moving on from there, we would go to IFA to find out what does IFA say about us having children. And we need to go and consult IFA again to find out what type of children is available for us. Honestly, you know, because nothing happens by chance. It's our children who chooses the parents from heaven. And even when we choose our children, there is specifics in terms of guiding these children on earth. I was up there because I know these ears as well have a wealth of knowledge on this topic as well. Action.
The first thing first is that all what you're saying is true. The only thing is because of us in the Western diaspora and understanding the effects that slavery has had upon us, the family roles, the mother role, the father role has been broken down. It has changed. It has been, the roles has had to be, how to describe it, like,
Distorted.
yes, distorted, you know, and then afterwards now, mothers had to end up being the single parents and the mother, father, everything all in one. Yes, they're already holding such a big portfolio as a mother. However, because of all the broken system and the system that was forced upon us, our roles, our functions, our family value, our family unit has had to break down. And that's where it all starts. And now that we are aware of the roles and functions of family, especially how Ifa teaches us, especially how Ishasha teaches us, now we are the ones to be able to make a difference and really start with us.
Yes, that's true.
Right? A mother would always be the first person a child may run to or whatever for that nurture, right? But we also have to understand that between that child, and there's a balance, there's a reason why everyone has a role. What a mother can do, a father cannot do. What a father can do, a mother cannot do, vice versa. And as Ia just said, it takes a family, a village to raise a child. So once everybody comes together, puts that effort together, and raise that child, and raise those children, and raise that village, we restore the values. And then after we are able to now reverse the system that was forced upon us, that which is not embedded in us, which is not in our DNA, to be single parents or single mothers or whatever. No, we'll be able to reverse that system.
But I looking at long time, the grandparents, the grandmothers will be the one to take care of the children, right? And then you will have the aunts and all these things around. They play a very important role. Now, how many grandparents you see? Two things happening there now. Grandparents out there working too. Right? So the child is being mothered or parent by what do you call the one-eye monster. It's not even the one-eye monster again, is the tablet and it is. I had the privilege to listen to some children speak. Went to visit, and I could have swear these children get locked in Trinidad via the COVID. I thought they came from the States. I'm telling you, the spitting Yankee.
Yeah, now that happens now because now we have the iPads, we have certain cartoons, and the characters have accents. So when our children have those iPads and looking at these cartoons and these programs in their face 24/7, it is that their Uri will internalize, and that is what they would put out. But it's so beautiful that there is a resurgence in young people coming into the tradition and is seeking to reclaim and do things in the proper way. And this is the repair. And this is the repair that we are speaking about. It's so beautiful now that we are seeing mothers bringing their children, in fact coming with their families in the Ilays and the Palays to receive teaching. And that teaching would show us how to live. Because our Uruifa teaching has a remedy for every single thing. There is a remedy for every single thing, and whatever problem a mother or father may face in raising a child, you go to Ifa, you find out what Ifa has to say, and then you execute. Remember, obedience is God's first law. So whatever God say, it is what has been seen before you had even come into this realm. So whatever Oludumare says, whatever Ifa says, is what we shall do to become successful.
I'd just like to say Aborabo Yabo Shishi to my mama from Nigeria, Oloria Bayogbuni. She's locked on and she's listening. And we know the time. We know the time.
It's morning across there.
Yes, because we know
5 hours.
We know the time over there right now, and she's taking the time to look at her son, doing his thing. I say, long life to you, ma. Also, we are talking about mothers, the female energy, Omotayo Ogun lady says, Ikale to the panel, Ifa will bring us the Iri and Ashe. We need much blessings to all of you. I will always say this, and some people might feel offended. I love that woman with all my heart. She's very welcoming. You know, I always feel welcome when I visit that shrine. I always, you know, I don't want to sound too greedy on the airways, but to Oshumeshi up there in Malabar, you know, this is one of the shrines to Rameji in East Arima, where people can go and visit and learn. They have classes on a Wednesday, Shaka? Yeah. On a Wednesday, yes. So I have two powerful women in front of me. And I see, as I'm watching some of the comments here, someone is saying the tradition been here so long and still spiritual men in court for maintenance. I don't...
Well, that is another topic to even. I don't even think we would be able to go on that tonight alone. But
just dealing with mothers alone and dealing with children and dealing with family, that is three different topics.
It's really already unfortunate because
we're not going to touch that. We're not, the young man that I was referring to, who is from South, his name is Malachi Joseph Ogunjobi. Thank you, E.I. Ingrid Belgo, for this information. Thank you very much for this. So, what define mother for me in the Ifa Orisa? We come out of the normal day-to-day life, roles and functions of a mother. Define the role of a mother for me within the Ifa Orisa community.
So, a mother in the Orisa community is just like any normal everyday day-to-day life. It really is. It's one of the same. The only differences is that with a mother, especially in Shasha, is that a mother has more role in terms of her work, her duties, her time, her flexibility, her availability. It has to expand even further because you're not just dealing with children or family that you are close to or associated with. You're dealing with persons who attend your ile or your space, or you have authority as a mother now, and you have to oversee them as well. They're going to come to you for advice. They're going to come for your nurturing. They will be that, you now will be that person that they confide in. You will be that person who they will seek assistance from. So you have more role as a mother in the tradition. More responsibilities, More responsibilities. Yes.
Agbamolas is saying here that we can join to train our children. This is a serious issue. You know, this is a serious issue.
But I agree with that. But I am saying too, we have to join to train the women first.
So we need some form of coming together.
Yes.
As women within the diaspora to make this happen.
Yes, especially under the tradition. Because at every house, according to your school of thought, you would see one sentence and everybody will interpret that differently. Right? So people go about doing their own thing. People make excuses to do certain things. And when it comes to women, we need to understand certain things in the tradition. We need the elders. In my time, I had my elders to guide me. Now I had to go out there as well and look, right? Because I'm into culture. So when you're on that cultural stage, you're always finding some kind of opposition. Most of the women don't behave like women, you know, because they have to become aggressive. But you have to still find a certain, you have to look through the fine lines and find someone that could mentor you or who is willing to mentor you. And we are broken. We are broken people.
But I know within the community and the diaspora, there's a lot of powerful mothers that passed through, who
Yes.
paved the way,
Yes,
who,
many.
who actually made things, made us end up in this position that we
Today.
are in today. You know, and we need to find some way, somehow,
The bridge the gap.
to pay respects and give these mothers what is due unto them. Now, brother, not so, brother?
That's a fact.
Eh?
That's a fact because, you see, the foundation of IFA, as Yahya had said, is IFA is the truth.
Ah, sure.
And it's the truth and how all things are designed to be, it's what would make it successful. So, once we follow the guidelines of raising our children within the way God wants it, once we follow the guidelines of giving our mothers the respect in the same brain, in the same vein and breath that God wants it, we would be okay. We would be okay. We cannot compromise the truth. We cannot compromise the truth. And it's only our tradition that would save us. Once we delve our nose into other people's ways of life, that would start to break down the individual and far less the family. Because you need the tradition to hold and prop the homes. And if you listen to simple Age Yogbe, when Age Yogbe says, the upright that are on the earth number less than 20, the wicked ones therein, there are so many, they number more than 40,000. Cast divination for Oren Miller.
Ah,
On the
sure.
day he was saddened by all compelling incidents. Ifa enjoins us to be honest. And honesty is in every single thing. The way we raise our children, the way we comport ourselves, the way we live our destiny. So if we are designed to live in a particular way and we are living out of that, it means that we are not living in truth. And it's true that will save our family. The moment a child is born and we gather as a community and we start to practice what our ancestors had handed down to us, and it is Eshentaye or Iko Shedaye, and we find out what is the blueprint of that child, it's then we will start to go places. So parents listening and locked on, those who are in the tradition, it starts with you. Find the blueprint of your child. Eshentaye, find out what they are to be on this earth. If you are designed on this earth to be maybe a farmer, a lawyer, a healer, a police, or whatever, God designed you specifically for that. If you are living outside of that, you are not living in truth. Living your destiny is following truth.
So just touch on some of the comments. If I Taiche Atinumu says our tradition will save us if I will mend our broken world. He also says that is why it is important to know your destiny. Jebuse Olubion says mothers needs counsel. It's really a strain on all levels. Mothers don't have time to even take better care and love themselves. They give so much of them that leaves them broken emotionally and mentally. Mother's role is like a no pay sick leave. So yeah, I know
I like that.
we have a balance here with the two of you, right? Who are some of the powerful mothers that have passed through the tradition, who are even still here with us in the marketplace, and that paved the way and made things happen for us that you could recall? You know?
Well, one of the mothers that passed through, all of them wouldn't be known, right? But in my time, the first one I look up to is my own mother.
Sure.
She is, as we say, God. Now, before I finish this, God, the meaning of God is elite man. Judge, angel, honor, That's why I could go in a magistrate court and say, my Lord, my God. It had nothing to do with Eledumare. It's two separate things. That's why you find that in the earlier times, the Rastafarian would have said, where there is a God, there is a goddess, talking about our Godhead. That's right. So my mother is my first God. So she is the one. Then my older sister, when my mother gone out to do her spiritual work, she was there. I saw her as mother. And outside of the home, I always looked at your mom, Omatayo. Then we have Adiola. I call her Freedom. That is Olori from Egbe Onisi Eledumare. We have on the stage, it would have been Ella and she has been that mother figure to me. And the list goes on. I can't remember all of them offhand now. Some of them we were just cool, but I'm talking about one to really hold you and embrace you and carry you forward, and they would remain in my whole consciousness.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, my mother is my first role model. My mother is my mother, my father, my friend. The description that I gave earlier, that's my mother. My mother is well known, and she's in Oru looking down upon me and all of us.
Sure.
So my mother, many would have known her by Mother Joan, Iya Makeda. She is Chief Ifa Korede Oya Yemi Awo Rani Di Iyalo de Awa Akpaye Joan Lorna Cyrus. She was the spiritual head of the Kenny Cyrus Al-Qibla Ile Juba for over 50 years. My mother, she is the first role model I have. She's the first person that I know. She's the first person I run to. She's the first person that for more than a mother for me. She is luckily for me, she's both my mother and my spiritual mother at the same time. So I am very privileged and very thankful and can never not acknowledge my mother on a daily basis. I know a couple others as well. I want to mention some of the ears that I know that are still in the land of living with us and are here with us. Of course, Bomola is one. Very well known. The relationship between she and my mom, very good. And that is a bond that I honor and I respect, and that's going to continue with me as well. So that's one. Allah or Batala in Tableland, she's also another one. There are a couple other there's also Iya Bedo in Matura. She's the wife. She's a stalwart, and she's the wife of Chief Anisha Shongo, and she's around, and she's very much alive, hearty, healthy, and she's also another great woman that I know physically, so that I can mention. And these are women that I grew up knowing. These are women that I looking to growing up, and thankfully they are still alive, and I pray that they continue to have good health, blessings, and all the good things that they need in their life. Some of the women that I knew as well that has transitioned, one is Melvina Rodney. Growing up from small, I remember seeing her in our Ile and hearing about her and everything. So I remember Rodney growing up as well. Another ear is Amoye, right, from Tableland as well. So there are women who has contributed in our society in Trinidad and Tobago that has lifted our tradition, that has laid the foundation, and there are those that has gone before as well, known and unknown. They are the foundation that we stand upon. They are the foundation that we know. They are the foundation that we are still here to be able to continue the Orisa tradition. They have been the mothers, they have been the stalwarts, they have been the nurturers, they have been the persons that persons will go to seek help, to seek advice, to seek assistance, to seek spiritual guidance, to seek whatever it may be, even if it may not have been the divination back then, before we started to get further into IFA divination. But they are the ones who would have gone to the Orisa and be able to cast Obi, and they would have been able to still get a message and still be able to tell you what they have to know. So they are the mothers, they are the ones who are the warriors of the tradition. They are the ones who fought along with the men as well, not excluding them, but they are the ones who, behind closed doors, behind the curtains, backstage, however you want to put it, they are the ones who have continued. They are the ones who have watered and nurtured the plants and continue to ensure that their roots are growing and to continue to bear fruits in the tradition. They are the ones who people may not have known or remember, but we have to continue to call their names. And that is how we will continue to feed their energy, to be able to develop our country, because they are the ones that paved this way. Their ancestors as well, who may not have been in the tradition as well, who have paved the way in Trinidad and Tobago for us as women also. So they too need to also be recognized as well. You know, because they have fought, they have made contributions, they have stood up for our tradition, they have stood up for our country, they have stood up for their children, grandchildren, and generations to come. And just as how our ancestors, known and unknown, have defended our tradition, so shall we too defend our tradition to ensure that the generations behind us are coming up. Because I want to make sure my son, my children, my family, spiritual and physical, have the foundation and the edification that they need and that they deserve, and the gaps that are there will be bridged closer.
But when you look at, you know, because I will hear stories about these great mothers that you spoke about who have made that transition, who are still here, you know, who are toiling, you know, as we say in the Baptist, in the vineyard, in the marketplace, who just toiling and working, you know. Do you see that dedication that they had? Do you see that being displayed with the upcoming young ears, the young mothers within the community? Do you see that level of wanting to learn, wanting to understand before coming out there, you know, not just I learn this and I come out and as a ear and as a mother and a big and a this and a that. Do you see that level of commitment in the society today?
You want to answer first, because I would answer after.
I don't really see it as how you put it. I don't see. Now I see, you could tell the direct link between, let's say, a mother in a Ile or a Egbe and a child, right? Let's say they grew up in that compound. They might be able to see some traits that they grow there, so they will be able to follow that. But on a wider basis, I am not seeing that kind of drive from the younger mothers. Everybody is willing to get some form of initiation, some form of recognition, and run out there and say, I am here. I am here. It's a kind of fanatical kind of vibration we're battling with here, because it is more than just an initiation. We have to rock back and take note of the footsteps that our mothers, our leaders has walked. We have to do that. We have no choice, because when we run out there and we get into trouble, it's only then we realize what they were trying to say or what they were trying to protect us from. It might be too late.
That brings you back to the 16 tenants of IFA. If you really want to walk the right walk and do the right thing. And you ain't looking for a shortcut. You know?
You know, I want to add to that as well, to answer your point. You know, the commitment that you would have seen from persons who has been in this, the work they have done, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices they have made. You ain't seen that as before. And for you to be able to do so, it have to start with you. It have to start with me.
That's right.
So, yes, I am young. Yes, I am now the spiritual head of my IWER. Yes, I have a role, I have responsibilities and everything, but it's patience.
That's right.
Along with the patience, your character has a lot to do with it. Right? Based on your character, your patience, your humility, right? It will say how much dedication you really have to it. And it will show how you view the tradition, how you view the people that you have to help. It will show how you view everyone around you. It will show how you view human beings.
Planetarian.
It will show that it's not just a matter of, as you just said, about the initiation, because yes, everyone have to initiate. Yes, everyone will have to go through the different rites of initiation, but not everyone's going to be a babalawo. Not everyone's not going to be an Ianifa. Not everyone's going to be a drummer. Not everyone's going to be a chantwell. Not everyone's going to have. Everyone has a role. Everyone has a destiny. Everyone has their own blueprint for themselves
and
mapped out.
Just to add to what you said, I'm not cutting you across here, because when I look at IAG, with a program,
and
feminine
IAG too.
jive.
Yes. How can I forget to mention
And
her?
when I see her with a feminine jive, I will sit and I will say, that is her road. Because when I look at her, I see myself on the Orisa way of life. As I always say, I don't want to be no babalawo. This year is good for me.
What you're doing, no, I can't do it.
You understand?
Yeah, but this might be right now in this time here, because your destiny have a particular chart. This time it could be this, and the next year you are something else.
Correct.
You don't know.
But
so
you'll develop on
you will
what-
develop
yes.
on. That's
Who you
right.
are now.
That's right. Who you are
So
now.
who knows, you'll be having a
You might own the whole station.
whole station. And then you might have more programs,
Yes.
more days.
Yeah, you don't know.
So it's good for us to get that out and that understanding that the young ones, the mothers, every females are mothers. Females are mothers. And you look at it, not because you do have a child, that don't mean you're a mother. You could be a mother to your neighbor child, mother to the children in your community.
Yeah.
Because if you see a child doing something wrong and you pull up the child and say, that is wrong, don't do that again. That is also being a mother to that child and being able to discipline the child, which we have seen going out of
Not
the
going out the
window.
door.
Because discipline is of no more. And we saying we not seeing discipline in Ilays and Palace. Discipline starts home. It starts home. It starts home. So I'm glad I wanted to get that point out, because you see everybody is about the glitz and glamour and run for the initiation and run for this. And I hear this and I hear that and I hear this and I
The
hear
hard work behind it, Bubble. The hard work.
Yeah, I just sit down. My brother just tell me,
hard work
"It's
behind
to
that."
me shit. Give it a half an hour to an hour every day, and trust me, I only little a lot to me shit, right? And I be saying that, whoa, woo, and you know what else give me that energy? Yeah, when my wife just say, the space of time I see you transition from here to there, and the things that I say and the things that I do, continue.
And the energizing point of everything is you are a good character. When you do anything with a good heart, a good character, that is when doors would positively open. So even though a person may get initiated, initiation is one part, but the battery of it is developing good character. So even if a person is a mother or a father, the best thing you could give your child or emulate for your child is to have good character. When they look at you and they see how you deal with your neighbors, according to Ifa in Okara or Shed, how you deal with your neighbors, good neighborliness, and all of these things, it is what the children would practice. Good mornings, greetings, good mornings, good afternoon, please and thank you. They say that a man or a woman could have nothing on this earth, but when you look at the quality of his children, you will see that that parent or that mother or father has spent the time, the effort and the energy behind training their children to have the proper skills to function in this world. Because a parent is not training a child for themselves. It is training a child for the world to function in this world. And that is what IWER is, emulating that good character to your children.
Ashe, so I wanna just go to pay some bills because the sponsors are those who make this show possible month in, month out. So we're just gonna pay some bills and we're gonna come right back at you folks.
And ready to welcome all children ages 2.5 to 5.5 years old to learn in a unique and exciting environment. Who are the Yoruba people? Where was the Mali Empire? Who is Gangang Sarah? What is Orisa? Your child will learn the answers to all of these questions and more. Our Ministry of Education approved curriculum includes storytelling, drumming, drama, music, dance, and other exciting teaching tools. We offer learning in a caring, safe space as we instill positive values. For more information and to register your child, like us on Facebook or call us at 366-7558. The Orisa School of Enlightenment, a preschool that will transform your child.
The Ifa Orisa Way of Life is kindly sponsored by Omo Inu, All Things Woman. Their contact number is 365-4332. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. They are the Women's Haven distributor for Trinidad and Tobago. We also have the Lock Duck. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Their contact number is 352-5706. We are also sponsored by Bridal Bouquet TT. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Their contact number is 491-7539. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Thank you.
Sponsors for the Orisa Way of Life: Nice Nuts Quinlan brand bottled coconut water for the freshest and the most purest coconut water. Their contact numbers are 716-6396. Kamara's Culture Store, the #1 important supplier of genuine products from Africa, located at Adams Bazaar, Main Road, Shogunas, 672-8438, 320-8866. Gossip Gel Polish, 382-7587. Pedi by Risi, 398-4474. Temple Ojuba Orisha, Umelu, Egypt Village, Shogunas. Banjela Music Productions. Nubian Experience, clothing that tells part of our rich African history. Number 6 Woodford Street, Arima. Contact number 688-1979. Oriomi, Nicole Huggins, Health and Wealth Lifestyle. Number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Onyx Trading, Wholesale and Retail Minimart. Number 1 Cemetery Street, Dago Martin. So we are back. We are getting back on the conversation here tonight on the IFA Orisa way of life. So let us get into the feminine energy aspects within the Orishas. You know, let us discuss about that, the feminine aspect, the feminine energy, you know.
It's very important, especially when you understand and you're learning, especially about Orisa, and you understand and you learn the stories about Orisa, for whether it's male Orisa or female Orisa. It's important when you understand and you learn Orisa. You understand their roles, their functions, their duties, and the contributions that they make. Once you understand that, you will actually be able to start to apply to like the topic now. So for example, Oshun, we know Oshun. Everyone here knows of Oshun, right? So I must, of course, I have to greet you, right?
Yeah.
So I first must greet and I must acknowledge Yaya Oshun. Ore Yayo. Ore Yayo. Ore Yayo. Ore Yayo. Ore Yayo Oshun. Omio. Otao. Edao. Erio. Abao. O mio, irumo leo, oreye yoshun. So, most important about Oshun is to understand the Odu Oshel Tura. And this Odu speaks about Oshun and her role in life with us as a woman. When the Orisha came down to earth, and all the male Orisha came, and Oshun was the only one that did not get to come to Aye. What happened? They realized that things weren't progressing. They weren't being successful. They were wondering, well, what's happening? Why is it that they are here and they are doing everything as Oludumare said, but nothing is being fruitful? All the plants, all the animals, everything is dying out. And they returned to Oludumare and they said, Oludumare, what happened? They said, Oludumare, what happened? And they are wondering, well, what happened? And Oludumare says, I sent everyone with you, but you did not carry all. They said, but who did we not carry? And he said, I sent one female with you, one woman with you, you did not carry her. They said, but who? And when they said Oshun, they said, but she's a woman, what she's going to do? She has no role, she has no purpose. And immediately, they just cast her to the side, like, well, she has no purpose because she's a woman. And we can tie that into today's society still, at this time and hour, of how people view women and their roles and their functions. So, when they realized that they had to go to Oshun and ask here Oshun to forgive them and to be able to come to Aye as well, and to be able to help them to be able to get things done and accomplish everything that Oludumare set them out to do, that's when things started to go forward. That's when everything, all the plants restored, animals restored, livestock restored, everything was restored because of one woman. So, when we understand that women have an important role, yes, men have their role. We can never disrespect a man and his role. Everyone has their role. But when you have to get things done and a woman has her role and her duty, please do not stop her. Please do not ever stop her, because you don't know how much progress you can make with her assistance, her advice, her insight. Her Ori will be guiding you to tell you you're either going left or right or whatever. Your Ori may not be able to see what it is and to alert you what you have to know, but that divine feminine energy is the contribution that we need. That adds the balance that we need. So all Orisha, important, all. But please understand that every function and every role and every duty of each Orisha is important. Don't disregard the one for the other, or say, well, I need only the male Orisha. No, you need all, because it's going to create balance. Yeah. So just as how me ye moja and all the female Orisha continue to bless us, nurture us, guide us, protect us, fulfill our lives, create balance in our lives. May there be the nurture in our lives to be able to fulfill and to continue our destiny and our role, because we need all Orisha. Ashe.
According to the school of thought, you might hear Olufun. Some people refer to Olufun as feminine. Some people relate to Obatala as well as feminine, according to the school of thought. So these are things that we could try to study a bit and see the traits. See the traits of why they will look at, the energies without a gender.
It's go ahead, Mama.
No, you go.
I just wanted to just add to that to say, compared to back then when, they said the role of a woman is to stay home and be the mother and the wife and everything at home, and to be the stay-at-home mother or stay-at-home wife, or because that is a full-time job, right? That is a full-time, that is a very much full-time job, right? But excuse me, each the breakdown that happened from then to now, where women were forced, they didn't just have a choice to say if they want to go out. They were forced to go out, you know. So children were forced to be at a babysitter or a caretaker or something, because why, grandparents as well too had to be forced to be able to go out and work to be able to survive, you understand? So all of these things, all these systems that were forced upon us has greatly affected our society.
You know, it's remarkable how the importance of the woman has resurged, you know, and we have now taken the time to examine at many fronts where the motherly aspect has really, in fact, from ever since, played an important part. And another key thing that we may not, that we should not bypass is the treatment of mothers while here, because they would speak about we love Esther's, we love Orisa, we love Olodumare, but it's what we do now. It is what they would see, and they would judge how we truly love them. So, women around, you give them that respect. You give the grandmothers their respect. Even though you might see a woman around who in your eyes may not be carrying herself in a particular way. It is not your place to disrespect her. It's not your place. You do your part and leave the rest. And that's how it is. You give respect where it is due and you pass on. Because at the end of the day, it is what we do here. It is what would be remembered, and it is what we would be judged by when we transcend onto the ancestral planes. So for all the mothers across Trinidad and Tobago, from even down south, central, west, east, all mothers of all Ilays and all Palays, continue doing that good job. Continue doing that good job, because it is by your action, it's what keeping certain communities together. It is what is saving lives. It's what's turning young ones out of a life of crime. So we give praise and thanks to the mothers across all Ilays, all Palays, all Ilays, all Palays, because what you all are doing, it is so commendable. Because right now, yes, they're saying that this is the first time in how much years the crime rate is down. All right, and can we even begin to imagine how many mothers have had to bury their sons, right, and still had to find that strength to live on for the other children. It takes a different type of strength. So we give respect to all you mothers. Ashe. You know, so it's not a mistake that on this day or this month we had asked Iya, Umi, and Sister Ava to come here and you know, bring this conversation to Trinidad and Tobago. It is by no mistake. Right now, currently, our head of state is a woman. Yeah? We have plenty strong women in the political arena. We have plenty strong women in the private sector. Across our nation's schools, we have plenty female principals who are carrying that weight on their shoulder of ensuring that things go in a particular way. So it's not just a man's job, it is the job of it takes a strong woman to hold the community and even her household together. Because many times when we the men go out and work, it's the mothers who still have to work and still make sure that our children are in order. I'm not saying it's right, but at the same time, there are mothers who are wearing multiple hats, and they are doing a very, very good job.
Sure.
So well done, and high kudos to all mothers who are wearing multiple hats, and even us men as well. Even those who are listening, even though one may fall short, Olodumare is the judge.
Oh, sure.
Tomorrow is another day, as Oyeku Mage says. Tomorrow, in fact, today, the rising of the sun would signify a new day. A new day with multiple possibilities, multiple eras. So whatever negative situation that had happened before, we can change it. We can change it. We can change it. No matter what you do today, tomorrow you have a chance to correct whatever wrong. If you're not minding your children, tomorrow start to mind them. Start to call them. Make yourself available. Yes, make yourself available. If you are a permissive parent, when I say permissive, I mean you are allowing your children to do whatever they want. Tomorrow you have a chance to correct that. Right? But as Ogbe Otura say, seek, in fact, plant your seed at the dawn so you can reap good fruit at your dusk. Put in the work today so your children can have a better future tomorrow. Because you don't want your action or inaction to severely affect the growth and development of your child. Don't be a permissive parent allowing them to do and say whatever they want.
Who will be the person who will be eating from that?
Yes, it's a serious thing.
It's a serious thing.
It's a serious thing. We parents, young ones, we really need to carry the role of parenthood with much dignity, because it's our children who choose us from heaven. Ashe?
Sure. So, yes, so we're gonna open the lines. We just getting some feedback here. We're trying to sort it out. So you folks, please bear with us tonight. We're gonna take phone calls from now. 3420081. That's 3420081. 7711791. 7711791. That's my WhatsApp number. So caller, you can call back. You know. Caller.
Blessings, Alafia. This topic today it has really touched me, and it's a very, very important topic. And the sister there was just talking about the story about Oshun. And we have to accept the reality that this is not a now thing, but women have been understated and disregarded and disrespected for a long time. Because in the same story they were talking about, there was a great drought. And Olodumare asked her, did you consult women? And it's something that we look in society today, where women carry the load and they're not given the credit for it. In that we live in a world where we respect physical strength, but we do not respect spiritual strength. That's why, and I'm sorry to say, that's why if you watch or look at statistics, men die years before the women. Because why? Because they exert themselves physically, not handing over the authority to the woman in her own right. And because of that, a lot of women are downtrodden and disrespected in different forms and fashion. Even in the tradition, in Trinidad and internationally, from my experience, I recognize a lot of women have given certain spiritual authority, but because they are women, they are seen not worthy of having it. And if we were to give just due, if we are to give persons their merit based on their God-given gift, whether be male or female, the world will work in a much better way. But the thing about it is that we're all based on appearances. It's all based on public display. And we tend to downplay the woman's spiritual strength, because that is the strength that carries the load, as I said before. And lastly, I would like women to understand their value. A lot of us women walk around and think that our value is based on our husbands, is based on our children. Our value is given to us by Olodumare. And only when you learn to value yourself is the only way you're able to allow other persons to respect you and value you. If you don't value you, therefore you will not even know when you are being disrespected. You accept it as a way of life. And I would like us to go back to the source, go back to Olodumare, go back to our purpose, go back to our birth orders to find out our purpose. And when we know these things, therefore, no one can play you down, no one can disrespect you, no one can disregard you. Thank you and enjoy your night.
Thank you very much, Kola Ekale. Thank you. Thank you for that contribution there. Thank you very much. Well said. There's nothing I can say after that. Next caller here, Abora Boye Aboshishe.
Ibora.
Yes, brother. You're good.
Love great program this night again, right? No, I am listening in. Nice little jump session. You know, I love my jump session. Straight to Africa. Understand? There are no two ways about that. One rule. Understand? So, the job be the glory, you know. Let's keep connecting, teaching the children, you know, man, to come forward and, you know, live up to responsibility. And time it start coming, before responsibilities come, man's supposed to accept responsibility. Not just accept responsibility. Know that you're changing from a youth to an adult. Changes is what you have to know and learn. Life is about changes.
Yes, brother. You know, he's always supportive on the Shoot 919 here. You know, Angie St. Paul says Mugabe Kenyatta always speak of women and children with respect. I am sure this topic is dear to his heart. Full respect, Mugabe. You know that you're number one fan, you know, Angie St. Paul, you know. She always locked on. Ajibose Elibion says too much dominance and power. It have a lot of Apetebis who are destined to be great Iyalode. And I now learned something. I would not say Iyalodes. I will say great Iyalode. And Iyawos, but because of the husband, their purpose is like Molly, the maid, and Cinderella. What shot? This Elibion, you know, she always look like she's trouble, you know.
You see, Duke, again, if we following truth and we stand up and we say we're following
truth.
Yeah.
The truth is there. It's just that again, once we let the chauvinistic energy take over, it's when this dominance thing over women would continue. We need to really respect roles. We are not better than, we are just different, and it's our difference that will allow us to truly function. You know? So let's accept our differences. Let's give the woman their respect. Or Orisa said, we have to kneel and greet women. You know that?
No, it's not a joke. No, it's serious thing.
It's not a joke, but you know, when family time, family time people hear that.
I know the right thing now.
When a man
doing it
is about to ask his woman for her hand in marriage, what does he do? He goes down on the ground.
Of course. For ballet, yes.
You know why? That is foundation. You are asking a God to be in your life. Yes. You are asking a God to be in your life.
Yeah, finding quiet.
I was thinking about a workshop we had a couple of years ago, and Baba had this is Egbe when you see do marry. There was some sessions. There were some sessions going on at the time. And then, well, you know, I'm at the drum line.
Yes.
So people would come and we would just vibe at the store and I'm more cool, you know, this is and the sister say, but you hear what he say? Woman negative and man positive. Right? So she looking at it in the canal, you know, negative and positive, and she arguing. And I saying, a little Mary help me find a way
balance
that I could break it down for her. And I give thanks. I found it. I said, but woman is negative and male is positive. She said, how you could say that? Positive, the root word, positive is pose. A man stands still. Firm. So he is positive. He is positive. But a woman, the root word again now, in negative, we have navigate, all these are words come from it. She navigates. She know, you put this in front of her, she know to go around that and go there and do that. And she say, you know, I never thought about that. You know, so that's one of the things that we hold on to. We have to find words. Again, we were talking about Yoruba and how difficult it is because it's not our, I don't know if I want to say not our first language. It was stolen away from us. Yeah. But no, it's not our first language. And it's hard to really capture these words and how they say the things and the tones.
And I give thanks to our ancestors for speaking for your Ori to give that example here. Because even in Uluifa, our ancestors were great poets. They would find metaphors and use personifications to explain certain things. And what you just did there, that is teaching, that is
great interpretation.
But I rap, so you know, it's rap, so I rap, so the thing, you know.
Yeah, because no, honestly, our ancestors, when you hear of certain Uduifa, it is something that would encapsulate history, but they would put it in a way that it could be memorized as a poem, as a verse. So the interpretation is only the person who is studying, right, and who immerses himself in coolness and calmness would be able to overstand. I don't want to say understand.
You know, we in phone time, so Aborabo Yabo Shishe Kola.
Sure.
Kola?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am. Yes, Kola.
Oh, yeah, I get in.
Yes, you get in. You're inside. Yeah. You have 2 minutes is the talk time for each caller. Yeah.
I was listening to the program, and well, I like the title of the program tonight, Women.
Yes, correct.
It's a great title, and yet it had something one of the ladies said at one time, and they went on, but they didn't hold it up. Something very important. That
could you remind us?
A mother is just a mother.
Mm-hmm.
A mother is not just for a child, or so, because when she said that a husband have done a woman as a wife, but basically a woman is a mother still, even so that she is a wife. And I think that statement climb over a lot of us head, in the sense that the nurturing of what we have, that story of a woman really as a mother, you wouldn't really get it in a man. And in much respect, that's supposed to be really respected by all. Because that duty as a woman, aside from a man having a muscle or using the muscle or such as a great head for building, that ori of a woman, it shows very important that many of us, man, we miss the point. We miss the point of what really is a woman. It's a piece of something I take out from all the topics tonight, because I really don't look good to see how the ori work, how the udu work, and these points and them, how the IWER, the character. I look clear to see how these work, because many of us have lost the consciousness of our own our ancestral language. But the principles of discipline, it still holds the fact, even though that we talk English, all the discipline, it's necessary. It is necessary even, don't care what language you're going, because basically it is communication. It is the communication within this existence that even nature has truth. Uludu Marie has truth. Udu, we have a truth. Udu. And all these are nature that we should really acknowledge, because the existence of the test abides by them. We miss the point bad in the life that we live, living under the survival of this industrial economic or industrial survival that was brought upon us, as I would see it, because our culture, through the Orisa, it is built in us. It is built in the black man. I watch us today, and I go through the studies and understanding the philosophical state, the psychological state, and the sociological state of our past, and recognize that it's still in our melanin, in our blackness, still carry the culture, even although it had come from so far 3,000 years ago, 3,000 BC ago, it's still in our culture. So the African man,
yeah, 1 minute,
who
caller.
seem to
1 minute.
deny that he is black through the culture and the spiritualism of our culture, clearly, until learn better, he is doomed, because he yet not see himself. Truth have a way of, and through your culture, it have a way of passing through that meddling that we have, and it's of one culture. All of us, even today, every movement we make, although they take on plenty from in carnival, every movement we make is of African, Orisa, Kifa, culture, and consciousness. So, brother, I say this piece tonight to make we understand basically that there is a spirit roaming in us that is different to any other culture spirit. Because we walk with it every second, every day. But we must get to know it. And hopefully that in time coming, we will all understand it more so that we will get into the culture of the spiritualism that we really knew, not the religion of what they hand us today. So thank you, and I hope I said something best in seeing myself as a Udu truth and a Ori that is consciousness and what we call the IWER, which is character. I put all these words together to make you recognize that we are around and we must move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Shaka, I must say that this is a caller who is very strong on the Shit 919 and very strong on this show. Also on David Mohammed's show too, because after the show was Black Agenda, he's very
It's a lot of
contribution. And tonight, look, tonight when I hear him say that he take Udu, Iwapili and Ori and came up with his own definition, I feel great, I feel good. Shaka, we are reaching the people. Olodumare has blessed us to reach out to the people. Vera Selmo says, the female energy principle must always be respected and appreciated for success. Elobian says that's why women are the receptacle energy we transform and creates. She says again, in a wider scale of spirituality, women are the crown on the king's head. Vera Selmo says again, the beginning of all things. I miss that call. Caller, you can call back. I just miss the call. How often you hear woman is man and woman in one? You don't hear that of men regular. Mimi Ezekiel says, indeed we are, but not all men are willing to accept that, but rather try their endeavor best that the woman would not acknowledge that. Our backs are broad. Olodumare made us unique. That's why the rose was given in a particular order. If men had all the tools, what would have been woman's position in the hands of these men? Some very powerful contributions tonight.
Even in a call?
No, you could go ahead, Shaka.
Even in the genealogy or the science of the Orisa tradition, and we talk about DNA in the creation of a child. The child will take 23 from the mother and 23 from the father to make up the whole. But the gender is divinely and uniquely handcrafted by Obatala within the womb through the destiny of that child in choosing their footpath in heaven, which is the akuleya, when they choose their destiny in heaven. Right? So it shows that balance is in every single thing. Because in the science of Ifa Orisa, the child will take 23 DNA chromosomes from the mother and 23 from the father to make up. But the gender is determined by Olodumare. Am I sending a woman through, you could say, Mary or Inga on here? You know?
And Zinga, I find that I ain't she really
it shows that we have a rich spirituality, and it is something to spend time and study. You know? So I just want to ask you here. You know, I like to talk about what we've faced today in the homes. You know, sometimes we'll have permissiveness from parents allowing children to run about and do whatever. What do you think about that? And then we have the uninvolved parents. What do you think of that?
I totally agree with the fact that there's high levels of permissiveness within the homes of children, and it's really unfortunate that children now have to raise themselves, and children raising themselves means that they have to look elsewhere to be taught as to what's supposed to be. Sometimes parents are busy, oh gosh, I have something to do, whatever, and you put them to keep them quiet, boop, in front of the TV, right? Because you want them to be quiet.
No.
Tablet or the TV, whatever it may be, right? But you're giving them, you are feeding them what is not the way you would want them to grow. You are feeding them something that is in a part of our system to break us down as a family. Things that wouldn't nurture their minds or nurture their ori, or to talk to their ori, to give their ori the information that they need to know and be aware of as individuals to be raised, to come up into this society. So now you have single parents, especially single mothers. There are more single mothers than two-parent households, right? And if there are two-parent households, it's not being displayed in the public or on social media or the media for people to be aware of, right? But you're seeing single mothers having to work 2, 3, sometimes especially in the US, they have to work 2, 3 jobs to be able to make ends meet. And sometimes the child isn't, or the children aren't seeing them for hours upon hours, because they have to, as soon as from one job over, they have to go straight to the other. Sometimes the child ain't even seen them for the day, so the parent isn't able to have that bond and to be able to tell them, look, no matter what, I am here for you, to nurture them, and they'll just know mommy works. And then afterwards, now they are led to look for love on the outside, because they may think that they are not getting the love on the inside. So when they see the love on the outside, because somebody will try to influence them and say, come, let me spend some time, and let's go here, let's go there, and then you say, but you know, I'm not getting this attention from home. So they end up straying. Right? And then afterwards, now, there are some parents, or some, let me say parents, right? I don't want to just say, but there are some parents, as you mentioned, Babala, to Michelle earlier, discipline. When it is you talk to when it is you as an individual, you may say the child doing something wrong that can harm them, and you'll tell the child, you know, don't touch that can hurt you, it's dangerous, don't talk to my child. So, you know, some people don't like that discipline. That's
facts, no,
All that imbalance,
right? And you're creating high levels of permissiveness, as well as King Shaka just said. So it's throwing a lot of things off. Children having to look for love on the outside, and then afterwards, now they are not able to get the attention and the discipline and the production that they're supposed to get from the parents within. And we mentioned earlier in the show, we are the first parents, we are the first teachers, we're the first teachers, we're the first doctors, friends, lawyers, advisors, everything. So if they are not getting that from us at home, they would look for it on the outside. And that is where the system will be forced upon your child, and you will be adding another statistic to what the Willie Lynch system, and many other systems that were created by persons who did not want the best for us, and to break down our roles and our families and our duties as a unit.
And that's for me, I know you living in the belly of things, sorry. But just to even go a little step again to what he is saying, when you're not getting certain things at home, with the imbalance parenting, one parent saying yes and one's saying no. Right now in this country, I was straight on here, we have young boys running in young school 6 and 9, and this nonsense, and setting themselves up to be killed.
That is why I want Ia, who business is Drumline, which is located on Charlotte and Oxford Street, to answer. This person has been calling. Let me take this call. Aburo Aboye Aboshishe.
Yeah, Aburo.
Yes, caller.
The lady said something there so well just now, eh? When she talk about the vigilance system, that in itself is an evil job so badly, eh? That really, you see, today, there are a lot of things that happening, and in the spirit that I carry in common, I ask myself if it could really ever change. Because something that ruling the world today, greed and survival. Those two words is that, you know. Because the survival that we end up living today, or is what end up living today, well, we know if I could talk with the lens and so forth, we know where we're going with that. The survival that we live in today really is a greedy survival. Like, maybe we don't talk Bible, but the God part tell you that they cross you overseas and things and they make we worse than them. People don't understand that in much of it respect, we put a light on them as they call me in the Bible in that sense. But the truth is that survival have two parts. Survive carnally, survive spiritually. Because we live in a carnal life. But what emphasis we put in spiritually into that carnal life, where spiritually is basically disciplines, the characters, and all kind of things that we're supposed to live to communicate. That word communication again is a degree by itself. Because there's where you meet truth and nature. But I talked that earlier, and so I don't want to go there too much.
Yeah, 1
the
minute
fact
again,
remain is that we have to adjust ourselves away from the survival given to us by our slave masters, our invaders, our oppressors, our people or culture that brainwash us into being them sitting in a coop, and just if they let you out of the coop, you go back inside it. We have to clear that. If we can run away from them, or according to the Bible, get away from them, we would stay in the position with don't care what kind of culture that we try to give our people, because survival rule. If I tell you survival rule, who have eyes to see, who have ears to hear, who have understanding to recognize the detriment in the survival, the greedy survival that we live in under the hypocrites and deceitful, double-standard human beings that rule it, we will get nowhere.
Thank you.
And ladies, mothers, all the potential to be mothers to all your husbands. They must know that only is mother in truth for the child and them too. You are, according to the Bible, helpmate. I don't really see much women carrying that role in the sense that it's supposed to be.
20 seconds,
Some
caller.
do it.
20
Some may
seconds.
make
Yeah.
50, 40 years with marriage and so forth. But the understanding to many others, they need to know what is a helpmate, what is this to help the man. The man is a producer. You ain't going up no scam for no big setting most of the time. You want to tell me what you want to be equal rights with man. No. I give you the liberal consciousness of existence that is woman. You make yourself being the liberal woman that you are as woman.
Caller.
Wanting to be equal with man. I never in no moment could understand that.
Caller, time is
Maybe
up.
that's why we going wrong.
Caller, time is up.
Right,
Thank
yeah,
you.
brother, I hear you.
Thank you for the contribution. Time is up.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Thank you for that contribution there, Jawara. Jawara, Luku, Baba, Dande, Luku is locked on and listening. Very good program as usual. Takes a community to raise a child. As a sister, shared community parenting is very important in these oppressive times. especially financial oppression. Now, yeah, I want to come back to you. Drumline, located on Charlotte Oxford Street, right? Cultural store. You have workshops for kids, teach them drumming on a Friday. You all have a little congregation, you know, but due to COVID restrictions, it has happened. And as we say that, I'm not attacking anybody, but if I shoot, and if I the way of life,
Yeah, sure.
and if I says, I just go in and say this, who could understand where I'm coming, go understand where I'm coming from. If I says to obey the laws of the land, full stop, and I'm done. Back to you, yeah. Because a lot of madness going on. And people getting sick.
Well, one of the things that we did at the drumline
Right.
is to obey the laws of the land.
Correct.
We have closed the doors in a particular way. Now the officers around has been working with us for decades, and we don't even want to put them in a position to come and tell us to close. Right? I have been working at the drumline, but not just as a cultural activist. It is not just a store. We use there as a center to do workshops and to go out in the wider community. We have extended this privilege in the trenches, in the ghettos, in the prisons, name it. And it didn't have no money in that. It didn't have no money in that. And I'm saying this to say that, you know, people might find our song harsh when I'm saying we are our worst enemies.
Ben.
But we are. We are. For instance, we do drum classes. And the first time we held a drum session at the drumline some years ago, 30 children strong, right? And it wasn't just children from the Oxford Street, it was around, just children.
Yeah, I don't want you to hold back not now when you talk. Children
Straight up.
from Shafford and Harp and
Shafford,
Oxford
Harp.
and Basil and Street. Yeah.
Bitum, Sealots, children. And these children come through, we were able to buy little stools for them. And obviously we have to prepare the drum for them. And we teaching them, we going down. One day, a lady came and she knocked the door. An East Indian lady. She had an African man with all the dreads with him. And he stand up behind the glass door. And the lady came in and she said that, I have a complaint from the residents of Shafford that you are making noise. I said, excuse me? What is your definition of noise? She said, well, they say that it is having children around beating drums. I said, so your definition of noise is music. Would you call your tassa noise? Well, the man, he kind of like sink in the wall now, and he leave her in the middle of the store. I said, listen, we could stop, but it's your choice. Either we stop teaching the children how to use their hands to do something positive, to play the music, to do craft, to sew, to do whatever. Either we stop that and they pick up the gun. You wouldn't be hearing rhythms no more. You will be seeing bodies fall.
Ben.
It's your choice. And it is sad because people reach this stage where they could come and they're seeing the children and they're seeing how they're progressing. Right now, if we go there at the hour 10 and beat one drum in front of drum line, you will see massive crew of children coming. Massive crew.
And the reason why I told you to say this, I don't shame, I'm 41 years old. When I moved in that location, I couldn't even look over the wall. I was 6. Right? And now, in my times growing up, you know, we are elders and mentors. Hey, bap tap, go upstairs, too late, go inside, come off the basketball court, this, that, or whatsoever. And I know members of that community listening, but you know why stay. Right? And I will be seeing children in the numbers. When I say numbers, 10 and 15, amount of kids. You know the age? You know where's the age? These hours outside.
Yeah.
These
night
hours
children.
outside. And I'm telling you, some of them in major, none of them over 17. And the outside.
The babies.
Where are these mothers?
Where are the
Where are these fathers?
family unit?
Where the family unit? Where is the guidance? Where is the respect? Now when they see me now, they will shape up and they will move a certain way. By the end of the day, I cannot do it alone. I know members in the community trying it, but when I could come out with my vehicle and I could see children playing jump by jump line, yeah, respect, you know, it is good. We need to encourage our children. We need to get them away because plenty of my friends, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be lost about 25 already from that community.
Yeah.
Growing up. Yeah, what I'm telling you? And we saw this is what this system has put into us. This is how they want us because you be an experienced daughter, walk on a jump and start to play jump. One of the nights when they had the Black Magnificent Friday for Chief Ramfey and them. And I watched this little girl playing the jump and I say, wait, what? You know? So we need to encourage. Instead of we sending them, we just had them downstairs and they're just walking about and cursing and doing the wrong things. We as parents, we go pay the price of that.
Yeah. But that most of the children, the parents working in the night, you know, and it's single mothers. So when they going out, when they going out to hustle in the night, whether I know a couple of them who have good jobs. The police.
This is why.
You understand? And they go to work.
This is why if I reach our way of life, after this year break and we go down, we want to start going to the communities and bring awareness to the people. Go to the MPs, the member, the parliament. Alright, we go in Belmont, we get the rather people to come out, to get people to come out and teach them, incorporate drum line, you know, let the children come around, learn to play drums. I was talking to Everett Watson about this just last week. You understand, my brother phone get in trouble, I want to get to talk to him. But this way we need go into communities. Alright, we are Agbabod, we are Olumbe, we are Gok, we have drumline people. Alright, we in Belmont today. Children come, learn to play the drum. Learn to understand what is Ifa. Learn to understand what is Orisa. So if you get 100 people inside it and you could correct and turn the minds at 20, you do good. Yeah. And this is what we need to do because all people see Ifa Orishas and they'll be talking to some people. Yes, look, Elobian says have a camp for kids. But after COVID restrictions, obey the law of the land. Ifa says that.
Kids is a word that is.
Yeah. I'd break some now word too. I guess some make sense. Yeah. I'd break some.
Even though we have the COVID-19 to contend with, let us utilize the technology of Ogun.
Yes.
We have the social media platforms that have people who want to post jokes on Facebook. Okay, these things so late. Post a teaching, post a good word, post some words of inspiration because it's we that contribute to the whole thing, you know.
The whole dynamics.
If you post negative, somebody will pick up that negative.
And share.
If you post positive, somebody will see it. You may not get enough likes when you post a positive thing.
But nobody dislike you really.
Exactly.
When you stand for truth,
but when
nobody dislike you.
Yeah.
But we
don't find all kind of thing to pull you down.
But we have to do what we have to do. Post a good song. Post a calypso. Post some good history.
Exactly.
You know, use the platform.
Yeah, continue.
Well,
I's not a just come there. I can tell you this out front. The next person who tell you or come by that door and say they have a problem, you call me. You call me from upstairs. You call me and I will deal with that because I know Quincy McPhee and members of the Shafford Court community will be glad and proud for that. So you continue, let Drumline be a force to reckon with. You continue, you are your mother. You exercise your rights as a mother for the tradition, for the
Ashe.
community,
Ashe.
for the sheshe. On the whole, you continue doing
But
it.
we need the collective effort.
What I was want to add to, I think for me, I observed this pandemic, while it may have its advantages and disadvantages, the advantage of this pandemic exposed the breakdown of the homes, and it has exposed the damage that of the system that was forced upon us years ago. We are seeing the results of it today more. It's being exposed, and it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that a lot of people wouldn't understand that this system was forced upon us, and this is a system to break away from. You don't even if it is you're not a part of the shasha or anything like that, but understand you're a human being, and this is not a system for you. This system was never designed for your development. This system was never designed for you to become a better person, better than them. This system was designed to oppress and to keep you down and to for you to remain down. So you as the individual and as a collective group and as a collective group of people, we have to overcome that and try to really force. It ain't gonna take one day, a week, a month, a year, but it's collective effort. It's a continuous work.
And it starts with you. And it starts here. It starts here.
So I know we brace for time. We have coming up next at 10 p.m. We have Pastor Wayne Johnson out of the US. Now, once we started the extempo here, trust me, the energy just make it flow. But here, in closing, I know you have a fundraiser coming up. Let me take this call here. Aborabo here, Aboshishe.
A good night to my brother.
Caller, we limiting callers to 2
yes,
minutes tonight. Yeah.
But what I'm saying, mothers, parents, it's not no parents again. It's just necessity providers. A parent just give you spiritual upliftment. And a virtuous woman start from a youth, A noble man start from a youth, You understand? We have become frightened to do the right thing. But we don't know the punishment of this society is far less than the punishment that we are inflicting on our souls. The children's souls, in a sense. So, sometimes a man must have, you have to be big enough to realize how small we have become. It's a very serious thing. A mother was like the middleman, the middle person then. You understand? That when a man put on the rules, when we were man, and we put on the rules, right thing, you understand? Mothers was housewives. But now they become workers. They do 2 and 3 work in order to be a necessity provider. You understand? But when there was housewives, you understand? There was a middle person to carry out the rules of the man. But since man has fallen, women, I know they are tranquil, we have to have patience with them. We have to have patience with them. So, in other words, a woman has to cut the slack, you understand, of the man falling, in a sense that when they're supposed to prop the man and bring him up, no, they have fallen to worldly things. You see, it is so nice to gain your soul and lose the world. You understand what I'm saying? And them don't understand that, so they have trained children and them on material things, worldly things, not spiritual upliftment. And that is the downfall of the black man, the African man on the whole. My friend, you all have a God life.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I just want to say two things.
Yeah. So you say thing because I know time against us, and you go here.
We have 2 drives going on. One for St. Vincent, and the St. Vincent thing is not just you feel to give something. They are our sisters and brothers, right? And we have about 3 3 sets of family in 3 different villages that is housing people in their own home. So the drive is to get stuff to them. We try sending it through the necessary agencies and they didn't get it yet. So we went direct. We found them directly and we are sending stuff so that they could help. So we've been asking for assistance and we're going to do a fundraiser curriculum on Friday.
This coming Friday?
This coming Friday. It will be ongoing, but we need to do that. Then when we reach down at the port, if we didn't have $700 to send the goods, it wasn't going anywhere.
Wow.
So, you know, we need the community to rally with us and let's make this happen. And then on our Saturdays, drumline is not about drumline alone. We teach art, music. We have Makemba Kunde, Christopher Kwamina, Jason Hospital. It's a whole host of them that comes in and mentor the children and teach them to, you know, do little paintings and stuff like that.
All right. So, anything in closing, as a mother, that you want to tell the listening public, the viewing public?
For me, I want to say, overstand self. Overstand your role in this society as a woman. Let's just ask for equal rights. Ask for, how to put it, ask for the knowledge to attain knowledge so we can navigate and become a better avatar of self so we can nurture the community.
Thank you very much. Yeah?
Baba, thank you again for having me and for inviting me. It's a great pleasure to be here and to actually meet Sister Ava in person. I've always heard, but I've not met you in person. And Baba Shaka, thank you as well. It is a great privilege. Sometimes you can never discuss everything in one. And our way of life, which is the Orisa way of life, the Shasha, it is a way of life. It is something that is a part of us. It is embedded in us. It is in our DNA. This is who we are. We can't discuss everything and say everything in one program. It's just the way how we carry about ourselves every day. I pray that all the mothers would be able to continue to have the strength to be able to continue to go forward and to go to keep going strong. A lot of the bad side of history has not broken us and it will never break us. And we will continue to bind together as one. My mother has a saying, one cocaine flex cannot sweep a floor, but the cocaine broom is the one that's
Benny. So
I pray that we as women and men continue to bind together and keep strong together. This is the way we will go forward. And even though there's a thing that sometimes people may feel that a strong woman may be intimidating, well, don't mind that. Don't mind that. You know, don't see it as something to intimidate. As a matter of fact, that should motivate you to grow and understand that you have to do better as well. So our tradition will continue to grow from strength to strength, and I pray that children will be safe, especially now during these times, because there are so many stories you hear about children being hurt in all kind of ways, sexually, abusive, mentally. There are so many stories I hear, read on a daily basis. So I pray that Oludumare, our Egbe, all honorable ancestors, all Orisa would guide and protect all children of our land and by extension the world. And our prayers and our hard works of our ancestors will never go unrecognized, and our hard work as well too, will continue to be joined together as one with our ancestors that has laid the foundation, and we will continue to move forward.
Thank you. Yes, Shaka.
I just want to leave Trinidad and Tobago with this small essay here out of Osa Meiji. Osa Meiji tells us, when you suck of the breast, it means you receive feeding from the breast. Do not ever turn and bite it. Always give respect to your source.
Ashe.
Sameji. Do not be fed by the breast and turn and bite it. Let us always be grateful to our mothers. Asheo. And just in closing too, Black Tie-Dye is having a oil DQ on the 1st of May, that is Saturday. It is oil down. There's also an option of rice, and the menu will be chicken, fish and pork. The contact number for it is 322-0321 and also 683-8755. Chicken, fish and pork, oil DQ, provision, oil down or rice. What are the
Which one is it?
That is 22 Church Street, Matthew Peter. The name of the group is Black Tie-Dye.
Are you close to the palette?
Yes.
Yes.
Black Tie-Dye. So good food, eat something good. Asheo.
You know, so we've come to the end of another edifying, electrifying night here on the Orisa Way of Life on the Sheet 919 FM. Each and every Monday between the hours of 7 to 10. The hours has been extended by an hour. We are approaching our 1 year anniversary, and we are planning something not in this studio here. We are planning some downstairs on a wider scale, on a bigger scale, on IWER stage. You know, once COVID restrictions raise, we'll do it where everybody can be on set together, giving praise and thanks to the Orishas for what we have done and the show and to the community. However, if restrictions remain, we'll have people coming and going as the night go by. So here I'm letting you know you are one of the persons that I am intending to invite you here. You also, all our guests from past will be there. So next week, you know, the first Monday we do Udos. Second Monday is where we spice it up. We have the drumming session, and now the third, fourth Mondays we extempo, we talk, we teach, you know. So our next Uyikumeji, and most likely if it will be, we'll have a guest from outside of Trinidad in this discussion, an elder, and I don't say who it is. Just remember to keep it locked. And we always ask you folks out there to support the show, sponsor the show. Because if we have 100 viewers, or we have 25 parlors in Trinidad and Tobago, and each parlor could put $75, I'm just saying $75, we can reach a long way. Because if our Orisa Way of Life with King Shaka and myself is not only about being here, we want to go out there and interact with the elders who can't come out. We want to speak with them. We want to carry gifts to them, make them feel important, make them know what they have done, the road that they walk. It is appreciative to us, the young ones coming up. And to some of the elders out there, I like to Michelle Ifaba, Michelle Agan, keep saying it. We are not looking for fame, but we are only doing what we're supposed to do. This is what we have to do. Long gone are the days where we go into the bush and hide and all this. No, we work together. I am here controlling the board, doing what I have to do. With the little knowledge, Shaka is there. That is my Udu encyclopedia. You know what I mean? It's a team. Iya is here to talk about her experience and her knowledge. This is what we have to do. We are not here for fame or favor. Don't feel we sing down here to do that. We just here to get the truth out and the views of the guests and the views of the co-host and the host and the Chini Bashment Limited. Okay? So, may Olodumare continue guiding and blessing us. May Yeshu continue opening the doorway for us. And Baba Ogun, may you continue clearing the pathway for us. And to all the rest of our wishes and our ancestors, positive ancestors, those who came before us, those who sit at the feet of Olodumare, those that we do not know, the ancestors of this great land called Trinidad and Tobago, may you continue to bless us, guide us, be with us. May all of us reach home safe. And may we be a family. May we get close. May we bond. And as I say, on behalf of myself And my co-host, my brother Shaka. The Orisa Way of Life is sending Mother's Day greetings to each and every mother in Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, Africa, the whole world. You know, we just sending love. I do have my mother with me. She's in the ancestral realm. However, on a morning, I'll call and I'll connect with my mother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May you all have a blessed night. See you guys next week, Monday. Orisa Way of Life on the Shoot 919 FM. Ashe?
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
So we're gonna head over at 10 p.m. We're gonna go straight over to the live segment of Pastor Wayne Johnson, straight out of NYC. So keep it locked right after this Orisa Way of Life.
Something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12